Welcome to Explore English Churches, and today we are in the small village of Stoke Goldington, which actually sits right on the border of Northamptonshire and Buckinghamshire. We've come to have a look around St. Peter's. There obviously would have been a small wooden church on this site dating back to the Domesday book, which is I think 1066, something like that. And this church mainly dates back between the sort of 12th, 13th and 14th century. Okay, it would have been refurbished in the Victorian times. The tower on the church as a ring of 5 bells, and if you stick with the video, I'm going to actually show you the bells and also us going up into the bell tower. Okay, so without further ado, let's have a wander round. I'm sure you'll enjoy this, and let's see what we find. So as I say, here we are, St. Peter's Church in Stoke Goldington, which is really a tiny little village here. The strangest thing is that I did do some drone video of this church 2 years ago, and then I was unable to get into the church, but a few days ago I was actually contacted by the church warden because he'd seen my video, my drone video, and asked me to come back and actually help them out because they have a small leak in the church coming from the roof, and he asked if I would put the drone up so we could inspect, or so they could inspect the roof and see where the problems lie. The leak is on the other side of that pitch roof. As I say, this tower in actual fact dates back to about the 14th century. It's rather nice. We have climbed it, or I have climbed it to go up. I was going to go up right on the top, but to get up there, there's this massive, very, very heavy door that you have to lift up, and I'll be honest with you, I was hanging off a small ladder and I didn't have the strength to push it up, so unfortunately I wasn't able to get right on top of the tower today. But as I say, if you stick with the video today, you will actually see I'll incorporate some of the drone video that I've taken also. It's a very large graveyard, as you can see, and this church is surrounded by farmers' fields. If I'm a little bit out of breath, because I've just come down from the tower, so let's take a wander down. Now, we're not going in through the main entrance today, but I will show you the porch. There's not a lot I can tell you about the door, although it does look original. And here we have these faces that we normally find, and they're so worn. But then so would you be if you've been sitting there. This one's almost disappeared completely. Yes, so would you be if you've been sitting there for nigh on 800 years. But yes, this is where we are today. Show you here. That's it, if you can see that. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take a wander around and go in through one of the other doors. So just bear with me one moment while I lock this one back up. Whoops, a daisy. There we go. That's to keep the pigeons out. So we're around here today, and we're going in through what would be the rector's door, so he could sort of nip in and nip out, possibly unnoticed. So we're going to take a wander down the church. This is the organs on my right hand side, and I'll show you the pipes in a moment. So this is us entering the church. We do have on my left hand side a massive hatchment which I'm going to show you in a moment. As I say, most of this church dates back to the 13th and 14th century, and the pews in here, as I say, they were probably installed in Victorian times. So if I come back, you'll get a view of it. It is only a small church, and it's such a shame that the churches in the UK or in England are actually dying and they're closing down. It really is a wonderful. Look at these lovely archways. If I pan up there, you will see where there's a damp spot coming through. This is why we put the drone up here today, to have a look, see about that. As I always say, if anybody wishes to make a donation to the church, please do that directly to the church, and I'll try and put a link in down below. We have these massive, now I haven't looked around here yet, but here, look at this, absolutely huge. And that's one of the prayers from Exodus 1 something 2. I can't quite read that, I've got the wrong glasses. In actual fact, I don't have any glasses at the moment. And yes, so we have the prayers there. Let me pan up for you so you can read that. This thing is quite huge. It's probably about, I don't know, 5 feet by 4 feet wide. And I come down. Here is the Mothers Union banner. And we have another chapter up there. Honour their father and mother, that their days may be long in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Wow. I hope you can see this quite well. We do have a small stained glass window at the back there, which I'm going to investigate. I have to be honest, I haven't investigated this church at all, really, today. What we're putting the drone up and that. And so, me seeing it for the first time, well, we're both seeing this church for the first time. Here's the organ on the right hand side. Now, what I think is quite a large organ for such a small church, and it must really pump it out. This chancel looks like it's been completely redone, doesn't it? And if I pan to the roof, you can see that's completely been re-roofed at some time. I'm guessing again, I don't know. I wouldn't even say it, that was Victorian. I don't know when that was done. I do understand that the windows were also enlarged in order to bring more light into the church. We have a wonderful stained glass window here on my right hand side, which I'm going to show you in a moment. Here we come round to this. This is really, really nice. Wow. I do like that. I hope you like it too. Look at that. I'll try and pan out a little bit further. That's really, really nice. That's beautiful. Let's have a little closer look at those top panels. We have some cherubs up there. I can't read what it says up there. But yeah, it's a nice one. It really is a nice window. It's not been overly decorated at all. Yeah, very wonderful. What I want to do, I want to have a look at this to find out what altar we have here. And it is an old wooden altar. Yeah, I just wanted to check that out. We have a small piscina here. I hope that's coming out okay. Looking back down the church, it's rather strange, isn't it? If you can think that, or if you think that most of the parishioners wouldn't be able to see the altar from here. So that's rather strange. But then again, going back prior to the Reformation, when they had the rood screens up, that's how it would be. These walls, again, prior to the Reformation, would have all been highly decorated. I don't think this is an extension that would, here the chancel is obviously some type of extension that's taken place. Wow, this organ. Whoops, today's here. Stevie falling over again, people. It wouldn't be me making a video, would it, unless I fell over or fell down a step. I don't know. Churches, these beautiful churches, they fascinate me so much. The other thing that I've noticed, there's very few monuments in here, which is, it's nice to see that there aren't that many. Let's pop up into the pulpit and I'll try and make sure I don't fall over. I understand that they only have about 10 parishioners come here, and they have a service, I think once a month. But what I want to do, I want to go and have a look over this hatchment. It's, whoops, that's me. Be careful, Stevie. Ooh. We have a monument up here, I've noticed, to near this place lie the bodies of Thomas Hodgkins of this parish gent. He was buried September 25th, 1720. Sarah, his wife, daughter of Thomas and Dorothy Houghton. November the 26th, 1710. And there's another small one up there. But none of these massive ones that we see. That one is there to the Reverend William Drake, M.A. It says there upwards of 60 years, so they didn't really know his age, I don't think. And he passed in 1840. If you also notice, these pews have been segmented, if that's the right word. But they're in sort of kind of box pew, which is, again, a bit rather unusual, really, to see it like that. Box pews we've seen before. I wanted to show you this, the rest of the pipes of the organ. They're all looking really good shape. But this hatchment over here on the left hand side, again, to try and get it, I'm struggling with the light here today. Now I've finally got some light onto this massive hatchment here. It says on the bottom of it, Hugh and Robert York, church wardens. I dare say they're the ones that actually mounted it up there. But it's a rather nice hatchment, and it is rather large. Who's that to? Is that King George IV? I'm not sure. If anybody knows, please put a comment down below. The first rector here was in 1233. Robert de Nottingham, it says there, and he was the first rector in 1233. And then we go down to 1319, so I'm sure that Robert wasn't here that long. There's a Clifford D something, I can't read that, Tyringham, I think. Well, there's a village down the road, so this Gifford would have come from Tyringham, which is a small village down the road. There's a video on my channel, I believe, for Tyringham Church. Yeah, so always like to see those. We've finally got some light onto this beautiful little font. It is so cute. There's nothing, no markings on the side whatsoever. Which I don't know, I would guess that this dates back to around about the 13th century, this little tiny font. I could be completely wrong. If anybody knows, then put a comment in down below. But it's so cute. Simple, not ornate in any way, just absolutely cute. Here we are in the first platform of St. Peter's Church, okay, here at Stoke Goldington, and I'm with the church warden, and we are all actually going to try and get up to the tower, but he's had to go and find the key. As you can see, as always when climbing up to these stairs, they just get narrower and narrower as you go up. Coming back here, you can see the ropes here for the bells, okay, and if I get up further up, it's okay, I'm just talking to myself, Ned.
Oh yeah, I thought I heard you.
Yeah, no, I'm just, what we're going to do, we're going to go up onto the tower, and when you consider that this was built in around about the 1400s, it's quite incredible. Here we are in St. Peter's Church in Stoke Goldington, and we're up amongst the bells here, and we have this ring of 5 bells. It's very tight up here, so a lot of these, this bell here dates back to 1625, okay, and what they do, they generally put either prayers or that on the edges of the bells, which you will see, and also, generally speaking, each bell has its own name. And here we have another one here. This one is 1707. And there you go, there's all the workings, people, of the bells. Here we are, and I'm above the bells now, to give you a better idea of all the workings. And as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we have a peal of 6, isn't it? I believe. It's dark over in that corner. Yeah, we got a little peal of 6 bells here. I thought it was 5. I hope you can see that when that comes out on the video. It's a little bit shaky. It's because I'm standing on a platform, okay, and it's darn cold up here, people. But that's quite amazing, isn't it? Look at the size of them. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. There you go, that's better. And it gives you an idea of what all the workings of the bells are. Yeah, I'm so grateful to be able to get up here today, and yeah, that's with the help of the church warden, a lovely chap called Ed. This is, in essence, really a church that's sort of been unmolested too much. Apart from the extension that you see there on the chancel, though, the extension for the chancel down there, the church in itself hasn't been molested in a, like some of them, which, in my view, takes away from the church itself. But yeah, these wonderful buildings, as I always say, when you think that this sort of dates back to 1200, 1300 and 1400, they've got to be saved. And how we're going to do that, I do not know. With the parishioners here coming down to 10, I just don't know what we can do. In my opinion, the Church of England have no interest in preserving the churches in this country, which maybe I shouldn't really say that, but from everything that I see, that's what gives me that opinion, and it is my opinion. Yours may be entirely different, but we've got to try and find a way to save all these wonderful churches somehow, because the history behind them is, it just cannot never be replaced. And if they close down and then sold off by the Church of England, which is what they are doing, I forget how many they lose or close down and sell off every year. Yep, got to be saved, people. I'm sorry if I'm boring you to death about that one, but I don't know, it's just a bugbear with me, because I love the churches. I think they're gorgeous. They've got to be kept. The history of them is incredible, and so, they need to be protected properly. Anyway, I'll try and put a link in down below for Stoke Goldington, St. Peter's Church at Stoke Goldington. If you wish to make any donations, make a donation directly to the church. And I do hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe and share. I'm trying to build the numbers up. And if I don't build the numbers up, for the channel, only a few people are ever going to get to see these videos. So help me out, and please like, subscribe, even comment if you have comments, whether they're good comments or bad comments. Put a comment in and share the videos so that more people get to see them and enjoy these most beautiful churches that we have here in England. So without further ado, hang